World in Florida,
wow, nice.
Weirdly.
That's a weird place to watch this movie.
It is. Yeah, I watched it with a bunch of other film students. It was really odd. But I've loved it from day one. Rosario Dawson has always been one of my favorite actors. Kevin Smith has been a huge, huge inspiration and influence of mine from the time I was 14 and watched the first Clerks. So it's always been something I've really loved. And Clerks 2, it's funnier than hell. And it's one of the only Kevin Smith movies that I've been able to show my mom because I knew she would really get a kick out of it. And she did. She loved it. She laughed so hard when he says, "I miss my donkey" in the jail that I thought she was going to pee herself. It's just a great movie. It has a lot of heart. And I feel like that's something Kevin Smith movies have that a lot of other comedies don't.
I wonder how she reacted to, ooh, cake.
She loved it. My mom showed me a fish called Wanda when I was like 13. She was like, "This is the best movie ever made." So I was raised on her sense of humor. So she loved all of it.
Well, then you mentioned Clerks. So what else history with Views from the Universe do you have? I mean, with these movies, have you seen them all? What's your ranking?
I have seen everything except for I have not seen Tusk. I need to. That actually is what I'm very interested in. I've not seen Yoga Hosers just because I'm not really a fan of Johnny Depp and I'm not into supporting anything he's in lately. But otherwise, I love the Askewniverse. My favorite is Dogma. I was raised Catholic and Dogma just makes all the sense in the world to me. And it helped me during a time when I was really struggling with my own faith as a teenager. And it was perfect timing. It was very serendipitous. And I love Chasing Amy. I love Mallrats. I love Clerks 2. I would say it's probably Dogma, Clerks 2, Clerks, Chasing Amy, Mallrats.
And then Jay and Silent Bob.
Well, Jay and Bob, I feel like it's such a different thing. Jay and Bob's probably the one I watched the most after Dogma just because it's very rewatchable and stupid. But I don't really think it's that great of a movie as far as like the character developments or anything. It's just a good comedy. It's just really funny.
That is true.
And then there's Red State, which is a whole nother ball game. I do love Red State, but it's different.
That's a whole different category on its own. That's not even in this universe. That's not even close to this universe.
No. Jay and Silent Bob are not going to show up and stop the apocalypse. Although that's the movie we need. Like, give me a This Is the End meets Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Oh no, even better. Just take the plot of Red State, but have Jay and Silent Bob become something like Rambo and take on the Fundies.
There you go.
There you go.
That'd be amazing.
There you go. That works. All right. Well, this is actually going to be a shorter episode for us with a guest because there's a whole lot for us to talk about, which is not a bad thing.
There's not really any dialogue or anything, so it's kind of a nice and neat one. But that's okay. It's a great moment.
That's definitely true, Dani. Where can people find you on the internets?
I'm all over the place, so the best way to find me is just to go to my Twitter. I am at DaniRat, DaniRat, and I always link my articles that I'm writing there, other podcasts I'm guesting on, whatever. You can find it there, because I'll link it, because I'm all about that self-promotion, so that's the place.
I can't blame you there for self-promotion, that's for sure. All right, Dani, thank you so much for taking time out. I know we've been trying to get this going for a few weeks, so thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I'm always happy to talk about Kevin Smith.
No problem at all. So we'll wrap this thing up now. We are a part of the Filling the Void podcast network here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and hear me every single Friday on the Blake and Sal Show. And I think that is all of our... Oh, and find us all over social media at Clerks Minute, including an extremely busy Instagram page that we actually repost a whole bunch of stuff, including my favorite Kevin Smith post from his own Instagram. I put those on our stuff, so there you go. All right. That all being said, thank you all for listening to the Clerks Minute. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle.
Have a good day, everybody.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Snorting, smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers, rolling fatties, smoking blunts. Who smokes the blunts? We smoke the blunts, rolling blunts and smoking.